The next step, I'm going to be showing you this makeup look here that I've got. This is what I call when my skin is having an allergic reaction but I need to wear makeup because I'm going on a night out look. Most of the time I was wearing no makeup at all. But this is what I was wearing when I was having to wear any makeup. First thing I'm going to do is apply some moisturiser, and I'm going to be using Simple Kind Eyes Soothing Eye Balm. And what I like about this, I can draw shapes with it. It's like an icing nib. I've gone through so much of this, it has helped so much. And I'm being gentle around the eyes, I'm not trying to tug or pull, doing small tapping motions to make sure it sits in the skin. Then I'm going to go in with my moisturiser, and I'm going to be using the Deep Spa Magic Moisturiser, and this is the Rich Moisturiser, for nourishing moisturiser to rehydrate all skin types. There's a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to avoid my eyes for this one because it does have quite a powerful scent to it. I'm going to leave that sit on the skin for a couple of minutes just to make sure all the moisture enters my skin. Just turn the brightness up on my camera because I realised it was a little bit dark. It might be a bit too bright now, but we're going to stick with this. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with this product here, and this is Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream, and this has got SPF 30 in it as well. A lot of the SPFs that I was trying to put on my face when it was sunny, it was a little bit irritating on my skin, so I'm so glad that this came with an SPF. Obviously it doesn't, you're not going to get a full coverage of SPF because you're not going to use as much as it needs to be on the face, but at least this was covering a little bit whilst my skin was in a bad place. I just tried to keep it out of the sun anyway because it would dry it out. So I have bought this in the wrong shade. I should have done it in the lightest shade. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, ooh, I can be the second shade up. No, I'm pale as ever. Why did I even bother? I'm going to use my buffing brush from Real Techniques. You can use your fingers. This works well with your fingers as well. Now that that's all over my face, it's given me a beautiful glow to the skin, and this kind of stays around for quite a lot of the day. It just looks absolutely amazing. I've got a little bit left on my hand. When I was having allergic reactions, I was not putting hardly anything on my eyes because even with this foundation that didn't react to my skin badly, it would still be slightly clinging to the dry areas because unfortunately you put any product over it, it would highlight it that little bit. So what I would do, I'd go in with my finger using this. I wouldn't use concealer, I wouldn't go in with powder at all because I didn't want my skin to be extra dry. So I would use this as kind of a bit of a concealer. Even though it doesn't give as much coverage as I would usually have. It was saying when my forehead was bad, I would try and avoid putting any products on my forehead as well. But obviously around my eyes I've got quite a lot of blueness as well, which I wanted to cover that little bit. So that's all I would do for the eyes. I wouldn't apply any more eyeshadow or anything else to my eyes. I would just try and encourage that area to try and heal as much as possible. Whilst that is sort of setting so it isn't as too moisturising, I'm going to go on to eyebrows. And I was using an eyeshadow palette that I knew didn't have any parabens, and that was my Naked Basics 2 palette. All the Naked palettes didn't seem to have parabens in it, which was really great. I'm going to go grab a brush. So using an angled brush, I would just do my brows as I normally would. Brows are done. I'm going to go on to a bit of bronzer, again using my foundation brush. just a tiny bit, and that one was Bourjois Bronzing Primer Base Le Sant Soleil. So tinted smoothing primer, even and mattifies. Didn't know that, I just use it as a bronzer. That I'm using more cream products because that again gives my skin a lot more of a hydrated look. I'm now going to go into Illamasqua blush, and this is in Rude, and this is a cream blusher. I'm going to go in with a contour brush, tiny bit on there, and just apply that to the apples of my cheeks. I often try to stay away from this area here because that is where my allergic reactions were coming from. So I tried to keep it slightly lower on the cheek than I normally would, but just to give me a little bit of colour into my face and give me that healthy look. For a bit of mascara, I'm using Roller Lash by Benefit. Again, try and distract people from my actual eyelid and look at my lashes or my lips. And now, so just to distract people from everything that was happening up at this side, I would put a bright lip on, just so I felt a little bit like I was wearing makeup, because around my lips were fine. I had a little bit of dryness here, but it wasn't on the lips itself, so I could get away with it. So I love the NYX Liquid Suede. I've only just picked these up, but when I was having those allergic reactions, I wish I had these because they're amazing. I would go with the soft matte lip creams as well by NYX. And Tanya Burr's lip glosses are very, very handy, so if you wanted something a bit more nude, this would be handy. But I'm going to go into the brighter shade, just because I love it. This is in Kitten Heels. That is this simple look done. All I've done is put a little bit of coverage all over the face. My eyebrows are done, my mascara is done, and a bright lip just to distract people from where my allergic reaction was happening, and just fresh glowy skin, because that's what my skin desperately needed. Needed to look lovely and hydrated when actually it was suffering. This is what I wore on a night out, because I couldn't put the eyeshadows on, I couldn't put a full coverage foundation on because it would just cling and look awful. I wanted to wear something just to make myself feel better. Nobody else cared, it was just for me. So I hope you like this look, and I hope this video has helped some of you. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you loved it, sub it. So thanks ever so much for watching, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye!